Good morning. Morning, folks. Hope you're well. James Leon Silver. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody is good. Let's get straight into the markets because I got another meeting. Still the same. We still got a whole bunch of breakouts to look at as we did yesterday in the past few days, but we are getting a little bit closer. We're getting a little bit closer as we go along. So let's see. So SPX today is coming off. You know, I think again from a 4-hour perspective that analysis maybe now this doesn't mean that I'm still massively confident it moves to the downside in terms of risk off. Sorry, I've got the wrong thingy in here. Happy Thursday, yep, Leon. Now again, this doesn't mean that this has to move to the downside. It does look bearish. My bias is down, but you know, okay, yeah, fair enough. It could turn into a complex, but it doesn't have to. You know, it doesn't have to. I think bias for me has to be the way that I look at it, the way that I see it. This is possibly retest complete. We move to the downside. It's risk off. But the funny thing is, has the yen, you know, has those risk off pairs gotten that massive strength? Kind of. So for me, another leg to the downside. Obviously, waiting for confirmation of a breakdown below. But hey, we're in a bear market. We are in a bear market. Morning, Ash. Well done, Bitcoin. Bitcoin moved to the downside. It's breaking through. It's just breaking through now, actually. So I presume you must be holding a little bit, right? 25%. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so again, as you know, as we kind of went on with the days, it is starting to get better and better. It is definitely starting to get better. It could move to the downside. It could this break if it closes here. You know, I'm not discounting this to, again, very similar to the SPX, go another leg. But the path of least resistance is to the downside. I obviously was looking at this. You know, I was looking at something in here, which now obviously I've not gotten. But I closed there. Yeah, crypto just looks short. It just looks short. Yeah, just after it took 75% and melted. All right, that's what happens, isn't it? Anyway, TPs, you can let 25% run, and it could run and run and run. No pressure now. The emotions are away. It's a lot easier when you hit a TP. Dollar pushed yesterday, as we saw by the EU trade. I think that continues. Dollar bias is no change from that potential corrective. I think dollar pushes up. Yeah, okay, we're getting a little bit of retracement now. You'd probably expect that from our latest push. You know, it could get a slight pullback, maybe around this area, 50% from that latest push. But ultimately, if you're looking at buying the dollar, wait for this corrective to be over. Look for some push. It's that reason to enter it if you are not already in a dollar pair, possibly on the smaller time frames. But yeah, ultimately, same as yesterday. SPX down, dollar up. SPX down, dollar up. Right, EU. EU is going okay. You know, we can't count any chickens yet. It does look quite good. This daily is not closed yet, so I'm not really interested in that until it does close. The SAR is still underneath price action. It probably, you know, if we do get some sort of rejection, we'll move above, but we're just looking for a break below. So if we get a break below, stock can be moved to break even. I'm still looking for this to come down and tag this area, give us a little bit of accumulation where I can take a breakout as well. Because remember, for the aggressive and the normal break, if I get triggered in, it's broken a level, so I can then move my stop to break even here, i.e. only having 2% risk on the table from technically 4% on in those two trades. So EU shorts, I like it. Good day yesterday, and a little bit of a pullback, but bias is still down. But remember, it's not broken that level. Anything can happen. I'm not counting my chickens yet. I know that if it does decide to break with the payoff ratio with this aggressive strategy, you know, we're looking to get 2.5R roughly on average out of this for a winning trade. And it's just a waiting game. Just a waiting game now. EU, USD, let me move this up here. So all the normal ones, USD ZAR, it may be getting away from us, or maybe getting away from me considering where it is. I'm just looking for a 20 catch up. That's what I'm looking for. Unfortunately, didn't get the aggressive. I wanted the aggressive on this one, but there was just not an in there. I wasn't going to take an aggressive here. I needed it down there. And I did like it. It just didn't give me an entry, unfortunately. Didn't give me an in for an aggressive, but we can look for a breakout. USD Sing. Another one that is still setting up nicely that I didn't get an aggressive for. Would like this to tag this area a little bit more here. But essentially the same thing. We're either looking for third structure or we're looking for accumulation for a breakout on USD Sing. Aussie dollar and Kiwi dollar. I'll go through them quickly as I'm still looking at them. Obviously, again, same thing. We're looking for a 20 period catch up here. A little bit of accumulation. A little bit of, if we're considering 1, 2 in here. Possibly 3 or accumulation before we take a breakout. The same with Kiwi dollar. So I don't want to keep repeating everything all day upon day, you know what I'm looking for. Kiwi yen, still on the cards. Here, not something I like as much, and it's something that I'm debating whether I take off the list just because of how price action looks. I think if I compare it to the USD ZARs, the USD SINGs, the EUs, would I rather take this over them with the amount of breakouts? Probably not. So I think there's something about this that in terms of price action, the clarity of the level being the first one and what's happening now. So unless this neatens up and, potentially, I don't know, maybe something like that would look a little bit better, but I'm going to keep it on. I'm going to watch it. I just think it's not something I would probably take. One thing I do like is gold, though. Gold's still coming. So gold here, I'm looking for this as a V reversal for a breakout retest. I need this to break pretty much on London Open, considering we've had that digestion from that big V. Certainly a lot of retail getting stopped out on that move. But big V reversal digested from that corrective phase. And I would like it to break now. We don't want this to carry on. We want this to break through, retest, so we can take that short with that higher time frame confluence added into that. So daily perspective, again, creating that cut with handle. This is closer because of where the 20 and the 200 is, because of what the pattern looks like. The easiest way to explain that is probably shallow in nature, right? Instead of you're getting a big basing structure, you've kind of got a shallow basing structure, and your secondary structure has developed in the same kind of manner. So this would need, for me, probably 2-3 days. We've kind of tagged that area roughly 2-3 days here. Let that 20 period come down and hang into that price action and squeeze it down as it has been doing, as it has been doing for the last few days, right? I mean, you can say the 200 is there as well, right? But that's essentially what we've been doing here. The 20 is just kind of squeezing this down. So that's what I'd be looking at, and that's a trade I want to get involved in. I like that. I like that chart. I like gold shorts, and if I can get involved in it on a breakout retest as well, absolutely, I take that. Absolutely, I take that. Aussie Sing on this daily is still there. We can kind of. The thing is, the thing is with this, right? Is I like this trade. It's something that I'd want to take short. So it's whether I want to. I'm going to take this as this. So we're using this here for our 30 to 50. Because if I take it as this, then it's not really valid. But then I could also go into and say, well, I'm just looking at this area here. And you can see your kind of head and shoulders corrective at this area before a breakdown below, which I can do. I can do that because that is there. Even looking at it as a cut with handle here, first structure within that corrective back to the 20. We use this as market structure confluence. We use our higher time frames as confluence as well. It's just something I like short. It is. Daily, you've got a slight hammer bar here, right? But that's okay, because if we break down below, we break below the wick, which for me negates this bar. There's some volume coming in. So it's an interesting one. It's a chart, like, as I said, it's a chart my gut likes. It is a chart my gut likes. And you probably have to take the breakout underneath that wick daily hammer bar, right? In which case the risk reward ain't bad. Let's see how that 4 hour closes. So if this 4 hour closes, let me zoom in here. If this 4 hour closes, and as I said, my gut likes it. So making a case for it, again, is within my plan, because I can say, well, here we go, you got your cut ball handle. Find it kind of similar to, I can't remember what it was similar to. I had an example in my head, but anyway, I'll figure it out later. In there, and it is pretty nice cut with handle. So if we get the 4 hour close, you know, as a strong bearish close here, I'll look at that. So I'm going to set a reminder there for 1 o'clock UAE time. See how that closes. But yeah, I like it. I like it. I don't know if you're in that genre, you? I don't think you took it, right? And finally, when the last one was Litecoin. Again, another one that I'm not sure we'll get, depending on what crypto does today. If you know, let's say, for example, if Bitcoin is not quite ready for a move down and it has a little bit of a fake here, then Litecoin would more than likely potentially get a setup, considering if we fake out here and possibly give us our ABC, right? That's not a very good drawing, but that's essentially what I'd be looking for. Aggressive up in here, but ultimately a breakout down. But if crypto wants to move, you know, I can't, obviously this is not enough for me to digest that initial move. I like where it is. These altcoins look, I think, for me, looking at the daily charts, look a little bit better for moving to the downside than Bitcoin, just by a few days. Just by a few days, that's all. But I don't want this to break just yet, essentially. Don't want this to break just yet. Need a little bit more accumulation for Litecoin shorts, but I take that. You know, I take crypto shorts all day. I've been trying to get crypto shorts for some time, but I think I've only managed to get into Bitcoin shorts once, unfortunately. That's one of the frustrating things, isn't it? When you have this feeling that crypto shorts, but you just can't get an in. But we have to stick to our rules, even though that was right. There's been many times that I've been wrong, saying dollar should be here, dollar there, but the only thing we have, and ironically as traders, we obviously have no boss. We've got nobody sitting here telling us we can't press this button, and you know, I can't go up here and put 20 lots on sell of Litecoin. Nobody's stopping us to do that, but our rules make us disciplined. They make us structured, and that is what we need to be disciplined in the long run, because that's all we care about is the long run. I'm trying to be rich in 5 years, not in 5 minutes. Right. Anything you guys want me to look at? So as I said, I feel like a broken record going through all these trades for the past week or so. My pick of the bunch would be gold. I think out of all the trades, this gold breakout retesting and a gold short is something I feel very confident in. And Aussie Singapore I do like as well. These, I don't know if we get these. I just have a feeling they may go, but I could be wrong. And, you know, obviously all the dollar players I still like. I think I'm just going to take Kiwi Yen out of this. I think, you know, that gut feeling is always good to go by, and taking Kiwi Yen out of the other ones is for me just to get this list down, just to say I'm pretty happy with any of these trades, to be honest with you. But let's see. Let's see if we get one. And we are in EU, so if EU will be the first live aggressive winner, that would be just lovely. Just lovely. Right, nothing you guys want me to look at? No? It's also trying to break, I think you're in the wrong chat room, John. It's also trying to break weekly and daily structure. I was in it for 4 days, and I'm coming at a break even and waiting again. Okay. I presume you're talking about Aussie Singapore, right? It just seems to me like it's gearing up. You know, and you can take this as structure 1, and you can take this as structure 2. You can do that because you've got your 50% there. But this is what I want to see. How many times are we knocking on the door here? We're knocking on the door, we're knocking on the door, we're knocking on the door. Okay, slight fake, but, you know, selling pressure coming in as we go along. So, yeah, I think if we have a decent 4-hour close here, I'll put my order in, stop under there for a break to the downside. And the validation is again, this is not that I'm bending my rules. I wouldn't say, because I can say, well, you know, that's in there. So irregardless of this, I'll use this as context in terms of market structure that I like, and here's my setup. So it's not really bending my rules. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. Yep, I am recording, Martin. Don't worry, I'm recording. Stop loss updated. So where's your stop now, Ash? Must be down there. Anyway, winning trade. Well done. Keep, yeah, just let it go. Let it go. All right, guys, if there's nothing else, I'll let you get on with your day. Remember, always trade safe. Right above the second level. So here, 19,800. Here? Is this what you're talking about? Yeah. 19,541. 19,541. Okay. How do you... So what's your tactic in moving your 25%? I presume it's trailing. I presume you're trailing, or do you have... How are you doing it, essentially? 19,541. Oh, so you're quite tight in here. This is where your stop is. Aussie CAD. No, I'll do Aussie CAD, John. I'll do Aussie CAD. Yeah, as soon as I get close, as soon as I get a close above the key zones I identify for the week. It trails as I get a close above, so it's automated. As soon as I get a close above the key zones I identify for the week. So, okay, so let me go back to your chart. Okay, so, all right, okay, so you've identified these zones before, right? So okay, so for example, on this particular bar, right, you've closed underneath this zone you've identified, right? And I don't know whether, is this one coming through? But when this candle closes, is your stop now here? You see what I mean? Support 1 and 2. But was I right when I was saying it there, or no? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm just interested, just curious. Okay, I'll do Aussie CAD and then I'll be off. Aussie CAD. Aussie CAD looks like it's, well, I would say looks like it's retesting, right? But this is a fairly bullish bar here. The worry about Aussie CAD will be this daily is, you know, do we need, you know, has the move happened essentially? Has the move happened? Are we in pullback mode? Now, 4 hour, from a 4 hour perspective, you know, yep, you can still see this back to that 20. It's decent price action going in. But if let's say I had the context here, which I don't, but I wouldn't like this unless it turned into, very similar to the SPX, you know, probably an evening star. Because your initial bullish bar within your evening star is part of the pattern, right? But I always get a little bit worried when you see real strength like this on that pullback. So path of least resistance is down. But, you know, maybe I wouldn't be surprised in something like that, you know, potentially up here because of how that daily looks in Aussie CAD. But, again, seeing how that 4 hour, how this, you know, letting the market tell you right now of what we're going to do at this area. You know, is this resistance and this old support becoming new resistance going to hold, or is it not? I wouldn't be surprised if this happened because of the daily, though. Maybe taking out retail. A little bit extended on the daily, but let's see. Let's see. In my view. Support level 1 for today. Support level. Okay, yeah, but what I'm asking, Ash, is after this candle here, right? So for your 25%, I know you've not hit TP, so this is your TP1, right? Do you just leave everything until your TP1 is hit? I'm presuming, right? And then after that happens, after your TP, your 75% is taken off, right? Because you've closed underneath this area, and it just so happened to be your support level, your stop goes up there. So if we come down and close underneath here, your stop goes right there. Okay, yeah, I got you. Got you. Yeah, I just want to know. Just want to know. Just want to know. Good. Good, 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 good. Good. Right, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you all for Friday. Friday. Oh, shit. It's Friday tomorrow. No, I'm not. I forgot to mention the 50Ks. Well, I've mentioned the 50Ks quite a lot. I'm not going to be able to give that unless somebody comes in with a good submission. But I will give a $200 away tomorrow. It's NF. Boy, what day is it? Am I confused? It's the 1st tomorrow. Yeah, so it's NFP tomorrow. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. I was getting confused there for a second. I thought maybe there was 31 days in June, but yeah, the first, yeah, NFP tomorrow. Oh well. Oh well, can't even give these away. I can't even give 50K challenges away. Anyway, if you do want to be involved, last chance, get a good submission in today. If not, there's always next month. And I will give a $200 away. Right, guys, have a lovely day. Yeah. Well, maybe with your new little strategy, it'll work out for you. Right, I better go. Cheers, guys. Trade safe. Peace.